हेलो प्रणाम नमस्कार। पंचतत्व गर्ल एक सोच एक आवाज एक बार फिर से आपके साथ और आप सुन रहे हैं प्रागुन तत्व टॉक्स माय ग्रीन पॉडकास्ट। In line with the clarion call given by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi to phase out single-use plastics, the central government and state governments have been taking resolute steps for elimination of single-use plastics or SUP. A defining step to curb pollution caused by littered and unmanaged plastic waste was taken on 1st July 2022 when the ban was imposed on identified single-use plastic items which have high littering potential and low utility throughout the country. Coupled with the rapid penetration of alternatives, enforcement of ban is certainly important. States and union territories are undertaking regular enforcement drives to implement ban on identified single-use plastic items and on plastic carry bags having thickness less than 120 microns, covering fruit and vegetable markets, wholesale markets, local markets, flower vendors, units manufacturing plastic carry bags, etc. Random checking at border checkpoints to stop interstate movement of banned single-use plastic items is also being undertaken. Special pan-India enforcement drives have undertaken in months of October, November and December 2022 by Central Pollution Control Board, State Pollution Control Boards and Pollution Control Committees. Wow, so much is in action, and I think the only thing which is needed is our support, public support, that we should stop using the SUVs. So, guys, have you ever noticed the bag that you carry before stepping out to shop for groceries? Some people carry, some people don't. A number of people just walk into stores empty handed, expecting the shopkeeper to provide a plastic bag for grocery pickup. Though that time it may seem harmless, the inordinate amount of plastic used collectively creates waste that largely impacts the environment. To discourage people from using single-use plastic bags while shopping in South Delhi's local markets, a foundation named Why Waste Wednesdays Foundation, which is a non-profit organization founded by Navjeevan Vihar-based ophthalmologist Dr. Ruby Makhija, along with her husband and daughter, in collaboration with the South Delhi Municipal Corporation, has established Vikalp stalls, which offer cloth bags on rent to customers. That's really a wow. So this Why Waste Wednesday was founded in 2021 by Dr. Ruby Makhija. It was started to spread awareness among people to reduce the use of SUPs, that is single-use plastic. So listeners, to know more about Why Waste Wednesdays, let's have Dr. Ruby Makhija on Green Tatwa Talks and listen to the journey of this wonderful initiative. Hello, Dr. Makhija. Most welcome to Green Tatwa Talks.
Thank you so very much. The Panchatatwa girl, finally we get to interact and kind of connect. Such a pleasure.
Same here, Dr. Makhija. Well, guys, before I move ahead, a bit about Dr. Makhija. Well, Why Waste Wednesdays, which is founded in 2021 by Dr. Ruby Makhija, an ophthalmologist, as I said, and Dr. Praveen Makhija, a pediatrician, and Yukti Makhija, a BTech student who's their daughter. It was started to spread awareness among people to reduce the use of single-use plastic. Why Waste Wednesdays, as I said, was started by two senior doctors and a BTech student. They have awareness drives, puppet shows, a lot of workshops and talks on waste management and reducing the use of single-use plastic in various parts of Delhi in association with the civic authorities. They have till now over 10,000 cloth bags have been distributed under their campaign, which encourages people to give plastic bags. And it has gained large public attention, support, and recognition. Well, let me tell you a bit about Dr. Ruby also. She is not just an ophthalmologist. Dr. Ruby is a TEDx speaker. She is, as I said, founder of Why Waste Wednesdays. She is secretary of Navjeevan Residents Welfare Association, and she is also the founder of Astha Charitable Trust. Wow, so many feathers in your hat, Dr. Ruby. Really, really, really glad and honored to have you on this show.
Thank you so very much. Thanks a ton. It's just going with the flow. It's not about the numbers or the recognition. It's about the work. So I am a workaholic, and there it is. It's right there in front of you. So nothing much. It's not that it's something exceptional. It's just that I'm doing what I feel very strongly for.
वाओ वंडरफुल वंडरफुल। तो चलिए आपके नाम से ही शुरू करते हैं। आई रियली लव द नेम व्हाई वेस्ट वेडनेसडे बिकॉज जनरली ये होता है ना कि हर लेटर के साथ जब हम एसोसिएट करते हैं तो कभी कभी ये क्लिक नहीं करता, बट ऑफ कोर्स वेस्ट इज अ वेरी बिग प्रॉब्लम। सो ये नाम हाउ हाउ यू फाउंडेड इट, ये कैसे ख्याल आया, और व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड यू टू डू एंड स्टार्ट दिस व्हाई वेस्ट वेडनेसडे एज एन इनिशिएटिव?
Okay, so as a secretary of this colony, Navjeevan Vihar, I've been working on waste management for almost around 5.5 years now. And this was, I guess, the first colony in Delhi to be declared zero waste. So for the last 4 years, we've not sent anything to the landfill site at all. So we've saved and diverted about 4 lakh kilograms of waste from the landfill site. So there my journey started with the waste management. And it used to just, I'm so used to using those words, why waste, instantly. If you are very conscious about not generating waste, these two words, why waste, go almost like 8 to 10 times during the day at least when I talk to people. So I picked up why waste from there. And during the campaign, we had actually reflected a lot before we jumped into it, and we kind of zeroed down on something, that if every individual spends at least a couple of hours every week on managing the waste which we generate, it will have a huge impact. So that one day in a week was symbolic of Wednesdays, and since it's an alliteration, WWW, so we picked up Wednesdays without realizing that Wednesdays also is a day which falls in the middle of the week, and it gives you enough time to kind of spend a couple of hours on waste management and single-use plastic. So that's how Why Waste Wednesdays Foundation.
Wow, wonderful. So guys, as you just heard, that she is one of the founder members, and since last 5 years she is managing waste at a community level by engaging the various stakeholders of their association, of their community, of their society. And she has succeeded with perfection in the most difficult community projects like behavior change, waste management, wet waste composting, social responsibility, water conservation, and a lot more. And her initiatives include free biodegradable sanitary napkin supply to lesser privileged women, senior citizen welfare program, and value-based program for community children. That's kudos. And when you say why waste Wednesday, I seriously didn't realize that it is a WWW, जो कि बहुत ही हमारा daily use में होने वाला एक छोटा सा acronym है. Along with that, like I am a tree lover, तो मैं Thursdays को हमेशा ट्री लव थर्सडे के साथ एसोसिएट करती थी, या फिर होता है थ्रो बैक थर्सडे। बट आपने बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट कहा कि वेडनेसडे इज दैट डे ऑफ द वीक जो कि सेंटर में पड़ता है। इट गिव्स यू टाइम दैट इफ यू आर थिंकिंग, बी इट एनी इको फ्रेंडली कॉज, बी इट थिंकिंग अबाउट मैनेजिंग योर वेस्ट, वेडनेसडे इज द टाइम कि मे बी जब हम टालते हैं ना कि अरे कोई बात नहीं कल से स्टार्ट करेंगे, अच्छा कोई बात नहीं वीकेंड से स्टार्ट करेंगे, तो ऑफ कोर्स वेडनेसडे को अगर हम ये चीज सोच रहे हैं, सो द वीकेंड इज नॉट फार अवे, द फ्राइडे इज नॉट फार अवे, दैट वी कैन थिंक अबाउट कि हम अपने वेस्ट को कैसे मैनेज कर सकते हैं, कैसे रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं, कैसे मे बी उसको कुछ रिसाइकल या रीयूज कर सकते हैं। So yeah, why Waste Wednesdays, guys? Once again, I will just let you know that they have an Instagram page with the same name, Why Waste Wednesdays. They also have a Twitter handle, Why_Waste_Wet. So you can follow Dr. Ruby Makhija and Why Waste Wednesdays on all the social platforms. Get associated, get to know what all the work they are doing, because they have a vision to create a sense of responsibility and ownership towards society and environment with these लिविंग कंडीशंस जहां पर हम अपने वेस्ट को जितना हो सके रिड्यूस कर सके। और मुझे बहुत अच्छी बात लगी आपकी, आपने जब कहा कि आपकी पूरी सोसाइटी में 3 साल से आपने वेस्ट को इतना ज्यादा रिड्यूस कर दिया है। सो डॉक्टर रूबी, ये बताइए कि जब आपने लोगों को अपने साथ लाया तो हाउ वाज द रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ पीपल? लाइक इट इज नॉट इजी बिकॉज घर के घर में ही आई सी कि घर में ही सबको कन्विंस करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। सो हाउ डू यू मैनेज इट? हाउ वाज द रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ पीपल व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड?
Okay, so I am also the city level task force member for plastic waste management for Municipal Corporation of Delhi. Almost for the last 2 years. तो हम इसी के अंडर हम काफी मार्केट सर्वेस करते थे, कंज्यूमर्स के साथ बात करते थे, काफी स्टडी हमने किया consumer and shopkeeper behavior towards managing plastic. And seemingly we were just thinking and wondering why people don't switch to a cloth bag. It's such a simple thing and everyone can easily afford a cloth bag, but still why don't people use it? So we came across various reasons. Consumers would say we were coming from the office, we were not carrying a cloth bags with us. We have 3-4 cloth bags at home and we just forget to carry it, and I have to buy just stuff for just rupees 30-40. Why should I spend 15-20 on a cloth bag? And I just don't want to buy a bag. Why should I buy a bag if I don't need one? And similarly, shopkeepers also had their own reasons. उनका कहना था कि देखिए हमें कुछ तो देना होता है और सबसे सस्ता हमको प्लास्टिक पड़ता है। अगर हम कंज्यूमर को बार बार बोले कि आप अपना कपड़े का थैला घर से लाओ या हमसे कपड़े का थैला खरीदो, तो शॉपकीपर परेशान होके साथ की शॉप पे चला जाता है जहां उसे पॉली बैग मिल रहा होता है। सो दीज वर ऑल वेरी वैलिड रीजंस। सो हम लोगों ने इसको सारा कुछ ध्यान में रखते हुए फिर ये इसके अराउंड कैंपेन वीव किया, अवेयरनेस स्टार्ट की, एंड दैट इज वेयर वी ब्रॉट इन विकल्प. So Vikalp was the solution to all of these issues. Initially, when we brought in Vikalp, it seemed like, wow, this is one kind of a solution which doesn't have any loopholes. It doesn't have any lacuna or gaps. And instantly बहुत popular हो गया because the manner in which we had actually designed the project entire module. So बहुत अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स था शुरू में, बट धीरे धीरे करके जब कोई चीज नई होती है तो बहुत पॉपुलर होती है, सडनली मोमेंटम गेन करती है, बट देन इट रीचेस इट्स प्लेट्यू लेवल. वो धीरे धीरे फिर वो प्लेट्यू पे आने लगती है. अगेन you have to keep giving it a push, and it's not very easy to change people's behavior. Now plastic has been with us for the last centuries. I mean, एक आप देखें तो उसकी इतनी बढ़िया properties हैं. It's lightweight, it's transparent, it's leak proof, it's so cheap, easily available, durable, flexible, and it can be molded into almost anything. So who would not want to switch to something which is so convenient? So इतनी ज्यादा वो convenience की habit लोगों में पड़ चुकी थी over the last decades that suddenly उसको overnight change करना तो impossible था. पर जैसा मैंने आपको बताया कि हमने बहुत time spend किया market studies में, surveys में, to read and study people's behavior towards it. So we were not expecting instant results. So that is something we were very clear that if we have to start something, we should give enough of phasing out time to that thing. It's not going to happen overnight, and this is one of the biggest reasons that even now, almost 1.5 years back when we started, and today we have our graph is still going up. It's not gone down because we did not expect instant results. People had their own reasons, they had their own questions, they had their own queries. वो आदत होती है. आप मुझे कह रहे हैं आप फैक्ट्रीज क्यों नहीं बंद करवा देते, is a very very common question that is thrown to us. So we tell them that आपको क्या लगता है फैक्ट्रीज पे एक्शन नहीं हो रहा है, but it's not so easy. There is a proper process for which you have to follow. But खाली फैक्ट्रीज बंद करने से भी नहीं होगा. It is a demand and supply thing that we need to cater. So दोनों डिमांड को भी और सप्लाई दोनों को cater करना पड़ेगा. तो आप लोग अपने एंड पे भी शुरू करिए. आप मांगेंगे नहीं तो फैक्ट्रीज बनाएंगी नहीं. और फैक्ट्रीज को भी कहा जा रहा है सिमिलरली, वी हैड टू कन्विंस देम दैट वी आर वर्किंग एट द अदर एंड आल्सो, एंड स्टिल दैट स्ट्रगल इज ऑन. आई वुडंट से it's an easy path. It certainly is an uphill task, but I mean the results have been quite promising so far.
That's good to know. And आपने जब मुझे प्लास्टिक के बारे में बताया तो that reminds me of a quote by Zach Goldsmith that of all the waste we generate, plastic bags are perhaps the greatest symbol of our throwaway society. They are used, then forgotten, and then they leave a terrible legacy. So yes, plastic जितना बून भी बना, of course है भी शायद, वो उससे ज्यादा थोड़ा सा कर्स हो गया because of its properties that it was not biodegradable. And yes, guys, I would just like enlighten once again about what Dr. Ruby just mentioned about the Project Vikal, that Why Waste Wednesdays Foundation started a project known as Project Vikal in 2021 in New Delhi. And under this project, the foundation establishes various stalls from where people could borrow a cloth bag, say for 10, 20 or some rupees, and return it after use to get a full refund. And they have a very beautiful slogan which I just read when I was searching through Why Waste Wednesday, that if just one person switches to a cloth bag, over 20,000 plastic bags would be avoided from polluting the environment. And that's really true. हम कहते हैं कि प्लास्टिक की जगह पेपर पे आ जाए, नहीं, आई थिंक पेपर से भी बेटर है हम क्लॉथ बैग यूज करें, बिकॉज उसे हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा रीयूज कर सकते हैं, वॉश करके उसको हम फिर से उसको मल्टीपर्पज जगहों पे यूज कर सकते हैं. इट इज नॉट कि पेपर की तरह भी नहीं है कि यूज किया फट जाएगी, अगेन वी विल लैंड अप इट इन द बिन में डाल देंगे, डस्टबिन भर जाएगा. बट क्लॉथ बैग, आई थिंक ये सिर्फ नई चीज नहीं है. अगर हम अपनी दादी नानी का टाइम याद करें तो आई थिंक क्लॉथ बैग इंडियन कल्चर में तो एटलीस्ट ऐसी चीज है जो कि कोई नई चीज नहीं है. हमने बचपन से देखा है, पहले एक जमाने में पुराने कपड़ों की बैग्स बनती थी, देन दे स्टार्टेड वो जीन्स की बैग्स बनने लगी. सो इट इज नॉट अ न्यू थिंग. आई डोंट नो कि कैरी करने में इतनी शर्म क्यों आती है, बट प्लीज गाइस गिव इट अ थॉट. प्लास्टिक बैग से या पेपर बैग से भी सबसे ज्यादा बेटर विकल्प, as the Project Vikalp says, is a cloth bag. So yes, indeed. And Dr. Ruby, आपने अभी जैसे कहा कि you are member of Delhi government के MCD, तो आप लोग जब ये प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह करते हैं, so like एक धारणा सी है कि गवर्नमेंट के साथ जब काम करते हैं तो काम थोड़े से ढीले चलते, धीरे. How have been your experience while working under this?
ओके, एक तो मेरा मानना है कि सरकार क्या है, सरकार भी हम लोगों की रिप्रेजेंटेशन है. वी एट टाइम्स वी forget that we are the ones who elected that government. Okay, so it's one of us, it's a part of us. तो और दूसरी चीज आप देखिए, एक हैंडफुल ऑफ पीपल से हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि वो सारी कंट्री को भी रन करें, देश को भी रन करें, सिटी को भी रन करें, गवर्नेंस भी देखें, साथ में सिविक इश्यूज भी देखें, वेस्ट को भी देखें, प्लास्टिक को भी देखें. और हमें क्या लाइसेंस मिला है कि हम सिर्फ बनाते ही जाएं वो प्रॉब्लम्स को और वो सॉल्व करते जाएं. सो वी नीड टू रिफ्लेक्ट एज टू व्हाट द सिटीजंस should also do. I'm not denying that government has a responsibility, and I have been associated with municipal corporation almost for 6 years now, and I'm not saying it's like any other organization. No organization is perfect. Okay, but ये है कि expectation government authority से certainly हमारी ज्यादा होती है और उनकी accountability भी है. But honestly speaking, I have received full support from the Municipal Corporation of Delhi. I'll be very honest. My experience has been very, very good because I went with a very positive mind that I have to support them. We have to work together as a team and then bring the results. And I have seen remarkable results as a result of team effort. So मेरा एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा रहा, उन्होंने बहुत जगह पे सपोर्ट किया हमें, लाइक नाउ विद एमसीडी हैविंग गॉन 3 times आफ्टर यूनिफिकेशन, एरिया इतना बढ़ गया दैट आई एज एन इंडिविजुअल और माय ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, अ स्मॉल एनजीओ, कैन नॉट रीच आउट टू द अदर एंड ऑफ दिल्ली. दिल्ली इज अ बिग सिटी with so many issues and so many problems, and also being complicated by being a national capital of the country. So एक एंड से दूसरे एंड तक कम्यूट करना भी कई बार इतना हैरासिंग हो जाता है. तो वहां पे कॉरपोरेशन का आप रोल देखिए कि उन्होंने विकल्प एस्टैब्लिश करने के लिए जिस जिस जोन में भी मैंने रिक्वेस्ट डाली कि यहाँ विकल्प स्टार्ट करने हैं, उन्होंने बेसिक डाटा हम लोगों को प्रोवाइड किया, हमारे साथ चल के शॉपकीपर्स को कन्विंस किया, वहां विकल्प की एस्टैब्लिशमेंट कराए. बिकॉज आई डोंट नो एवरीवन इन एवरी जोन, बट देयर लोकल पीपल नो. उनके जब वर्कर हैं, उन्होंने साथ चल के वो हमारे साथ पूरा लिंकेज एस्टैब्लिश करी. And certainly they have the authority to enforce and penalize also, which they have been doing. But yes, you just can't expect them anyone to change overnight. तो इसीलिए हम instantly enforcement को कम यूज करते हैं, हम convincing को ज्यादा यूज करते हैं. So I have received quite a good support from the municipal corporation.
Wow, that's really wonderful. And इस आपकी इस बात से भी मुझे एक और कोट याद आता है by David Suzuki, that outright bans on plastic bags may not be the best solution, but education and incentives to get people to stop using them are necessary. And I think आपके ये efforts along with government as well as at your individual and a team level, you're of course trying to educate and to spread awareness to people that why like vikalp of a cotton bag or a cloth bag is important, why we should not use single use plastics, and this kind of an information. And yes, people, जब गवर्नमेंट की बात चली है तो एक चीज बताना चाहूंगी कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स हैव बीन टेकिंग इनिशिएटिव्स इन प्रमोटिंग ऑफ इको अल्टरनेटिव्स टू बैन सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक आइटम्स, एंड दीज इनिशिएटिव्स आर इन लाइन विद द लाइफस्टाइल फॉर एनवायरनमेंट मिशन, व्हिच इज आल्सो कॉल्ड LIF, लाइफ मिशन. इसी के साथ यहाँ पर एक चीज और मेंशन करना चाहूंगी कि some states have set up बर्तन भंडार्स at village panchayat levels for use in events in place of banned single-use plastic cutlery, promoting reuse cutlery rather than using disposable cutlery. So, Project Vikalp में cotton bag के साथ साथ we are now moving towards creating awareness about telling people कि single-use plastic ही नहीं, single-use cutlery को भी कम से कम यूज कीजिए, जिसके लिए उन्होंने बर्तन भंडार नाम के एक इनिशिएटिव को स्टार्ट किया है. So self-help groups have been mobilized in the states to stitch cloth bags, and in some cases cloth bag vending machines have been set up in marketplaces. And साथ ही साथ ये बर्तन भंडार के लिए भी they have made places where voluntary measures have been taken, so people can come and take the usable crockery from there. So Dr. Ruby, I think by-waste Wednesdays का भी बर्तन भंडार के साथ कुछ योगदान है, तो would you like to share a bit about that?
Sure. So, बर्तन भंडार मैं नहीं कहूंगी मेरा इनिशिएटिव है. देयर इज अ लेडी कॉल्ड समीरा सतीजा हु रन्स अ क्रॉकरी बैंक इन दिल्ली NCR एरिया, and I was introduced to Bartan Bhandar long back, longer than when I actually started working on plastics. It was very interesting that we required disposables, and I somehow have this kind of aversion towards single-use plastic items. So I was looking for solutions when I came across one of her branches run by Mamta Agarwal, very close to my place. You won't believe it. It's just 5 minutes walking from my place. And they used to give these crockery bags, thalis, and glasses, spoons. They had the entire thing that was required, setup required for an event of about 200-250 people. And we started borrowing it from them, and they never used to charge us a single penny. So what in return, of course, we used to kind of add a couple of sets to their crockery bank. But it impressed me so much, I can't tell you, that I said this is the most impactful thing that I've come across. So when I started Vikalp, I said Vikalp means basically an alternative or a solution. So I also added on another branch of that Bartan Bhandar. And if you go back and think about it, all our gurudwaras have these Bartan Bhandars. If you see, We really need to go back to those times. Our age old traditions and our age old habits were the best. तो वहां से शुरुआत हुई हम लोगों ने प्लास्टिक में जब से खाना शुरू किया. बीइंग अ डॉक्टर आई वाज ऑलरेडी अवेयर of heated stuff going into the plastic disposables, and that was the reason. More than the environment, it was the health reason that I was avoiding plastic. But Bartan Bhandar came as a beautiful solution to this, and that is how we also started. As Why Waste Wednesdays now has about 150 sets. So for a small gathering, that's more than enough. But if there is a large bhandara or a large langar, so there we provide more solutions like pattals, like sugarcane bagasse plates, which you could add to a compost pit directly, like wooden spoons. So all these alternatives are now easily available in the market. Yes, of course, they're not as cheap as plastic is, but it's certainly not more expensive than your own health, and it's so much safer. It gives you so much of satisfaction that you've not kind of added on to the landfill site. And imagine a plate after being used if you add it directly with the wet waste to the compost pit. So there's absolutely no dry waste generated at all. So that is about Bartan Bhandar, and certainly we would love to expand, our Bartan Bhandar more and have more branches added to it as well.
Wow, that's really a great thing, and thank you. आपके साथ साथ डॉक्टर रूबी के साथ साथ I came to know about Sameera, Satija, and Mamta Agarwal ji, who are already running these kind of initiatives in Delhi. And आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा कि almost every civilization has a specific set of traditions they live by, which, if you study closely, speaks volumes about how powerful these habits were. Because until modernization, these people lived a happy and healthy life. अगर हम अपनी दादी दादा नानी नाना को याद करें तो. But now we have comfort in technology, which is of course great, but it has also slowly started ruling and dictating us and suppressing our rational mind, जहाँ पर हम शायद उनकी छोटी छोटी चीजों की इम्पोर्टेंस, उनकी अहमियत को नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं कि ये चीजें जो पहले चलती थी, लाइक आपने गुरुद्वारे का एग्जांपल दिया, ऑफ कोर्स ये चीजें ऐसा नहीं है कि इट इज समथिंग न्यू. इट हैज बीन इन आवर सिविलाइजेशन, इन आवर प्रैक्टिसेस, इन आवर सोसाइटी फॉर सो लॉन्ग दैट वी जस्ट नीड टू ओपन अ आई, गिव इट अ थॉट एंड रीस्टार्ट अगेन. एंड गाइस, जैसे अभी डॉक्टर रूबी जी ने बताया कि बर्तन भंडार, तो आई विल जस्ट share a line that Bartan Bhandar lends crockery and utensils free of cost to individuals and organizations for their functions, bhandaras, and gatherings to reduce the consumption of disposables, which are drastically reducing the burden on the landfill site. So if you are having a get together, party, or any occasion at your home, please guys do check in your surroundings. You can Google, you can ping, you can ask your neighbors or other people in the society. Bartan Bhandar has been running in many places all over the country, because मुझे इसके बारे में हैदराबाद से भी पता चला था, चेन्नई से पता चला हुआ है, बॉम्बे से पता चला हुआ है, and आज आपने भी दिल्ली के बारे में बताया. So it is only about कि हमें थोड़ा सा अवेयर, थोड़ा सा कॉन्शियस, थोड़ा सा ओपन माइंडेड रहने की जरूरत है. एंड वी कैन ऑल्सो इम्प्लीमेंट दीज काइंड ऑफ प्रैक्टिसेस विच आर नॉट affecting the landfills, which are not affecting our earth, and which are helping the earth breathe more freely. So, Dr. Ruby, good to know कि आप इतना सब कुछ कर रही हैं. You are involved with MCD, you are involved with your society, you are a great speaker, and अलग अलग ये प्रोजेक्ट विकल्प एंड these तरह की इवेंट्स. ये बताइए, how do you manage your profession? You are a doctor, that too a very well known, and this initiative. तो आप कैसे मैनेज करती है? Like, how do you get the energy and time to manage both of the things?
Yeah, it's actually difficult, to be very honest. It's not easy, but जब करने की इच्छा हो तो सब अपने आप मैनेज हो जाता है. That's all I would say. I just go with the flow. Be it my patients, I now run a charity clinic. I don't charge my patients. So it's like kind of an extended family. So I don't look at these people like others. So अपने आप कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा certainly prioritize करके balance करने की जरूरत होती है. And I wish I had more than 24 hours in a day. That would make my life much easier. But yes, prioritizing, being a little more organized with whatever you do. I have a calendar. I mark my calendar. it's the best thing one can do when you have loads of work to do. Prioritize and be a little organized. So I think that's about it. And yeah, certainly over years now, my medical practice, I have reduced it a bit to kind of accommodate something which I've always wanted to do, to work for the society and the environment. So that's how I'm trying to balance it out. And I do teleconsultations, which make my work easier. And जब जरूरत नहीं होती है, that then I try and work from home, avoid stepping out as much as possible.
Wow, again, matlab, not only the eco-friendly awareness, yes, you have told a very nice message in this कि one needs to prioritize and organize, and of course अगर passion हो, करने का मन हो, तो I think time अपने आप manage हो जाता है, हम किसी न किसी तरह से उसकी slotting, उसको scheduling कर ही लेते हैं. Really glad, Dr. Ruby, आपने जिस तरह की सारे इनिशिएटिव, सारी आपकी एक्टिविटीज एंड जो भी इको अवेयरनेस एंड सस्टेनेबल लिविंग के बारे में चीजें शेयर की, दे आर रियली मोटिवेटिंग एंड इंस्पायरिंग. एंड वंस अगेन अ वर्ड गाइस, प्लीज गो एंड सर्च ऑन Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Dr. Ruby Makhija as well as Why Waste Wednesdays are actively working towards a better tomorrow. So if you are in and around Delhi, and if you can volunteer with their services, please go ahead, check out what the activities they all are doing so you can help them out. Dr. Ruby, with Why Waste Wednesdays, working with government for all these awareness programs, they are having lots of events which keep on coming. I'm sure they share them on Facebook, so if you are sharing and if you are following them, you will get to know that how you can also get associated with her, and the motivating factor which runs her to reduce the waste from our society, especially not only Wednesday, I'll say all the days of the week, we can reduce the waste which we are bringing in our house and which we are throwing out. So guys, just get to know more about Why Waste Wednesdays, and they are available on the social media platform. Okay, social media platforms से मुझे याद आया, डॉक्टर रूबी मुझे ये बताइए, I would like to know more about your events, because जब मैंने आपका पेज चेक किया तो I was in awe, because I think you are into 100 days to beat plastic, you are into some activities by Griha Council, Swachh Bharat, आप अनुज रामाटवी जी के शो पर भी आ चुकी हैं, and I think compassionate living. So okay, let me, before me saying more, please share a bit about all the events and drives which you people under Why Waste Wednesdays have been doing.
Okay, so Why Waste Wednesdays works on many things and related to environment and health sector. And right now we are focused on waste management and single-use plastic. Now, when we created Vikalp, so Vikalp engaged women, so women empowerment came into picture. So it's an integrated society, it's an integrated project as well. Talking about events, we regularly hold almost 2 to 3 events per day in association with Municipal Corporation of Delhi in various parts of Delhi, and we'll be more than happy if volunteers wish to join. Now, these events could be like we've recently started meeting principals of all the government schools in one place. Like yesterday we had a meeting with 136 MCD school principals whom we educate. We talk to them about plastic, and then we tell them how to motivate and guide their children, the teachers also, to follow basic simple practices. Now, these events, as I told you, 2 to 3 events per day MCD minimum we are holding, and this would also include puppet shows, magic shows, street plays, musical performances, concerts, to raise the awareness, market drives, holding kiosks and canopies in various malls to raise awareness, competitions, be it painting competition, dance competition, anything that could influence the masses to raise awareness about single-use plastic and waste segregation at source. So that's it. I mean, you could give me one suggestion and we could follow it up all. And now, as I told you, the municipal corporation has been so active under 100 days to beat plastic. So this was kicked off by the Honorable Lieutenant Governor himself on 21st of Jan, and it ends, not ends, basically it will even further kick off from Earth Day, which is 22nd April. So these 100 days we are very, very focused to carry out all activities that we possibly can within these 100 days, to not only create awareness around single use plastic, but also to provide alternatives. Like municipal corporation will be distributing 5 lakh cloth bags to the residents of Delhi during these 100 days. Opening Vikalp stalls in every market of Delhi is another thing which they'll be doing. Then every Wednesday has been, thanks to Why Waste Wednesdays, every Wednesday has been fixed for plastic collection in all NCD schools, all RWAs, all localities, wherever bulk generators are there. So these are a couple of activities. We are moving around more activities as and when we, with each passing day, we get another idea. Yeah, this could lead to a good impact on ground. We include that activity as well. So more than happy to have people joining this 100 days to beat plastic drive with us.
Wow, that's great. And listeners, आप लोगों ने सुन ही लिया है, but I would just like to repeat that as Dr. Ruby and Why Waste Wednesdays are working towards 100 days to beat plastic, and not only these, they have lots of events like in malls and schools, at Nukkad Natak, plays, theaters. So guys, please come ahead. डू योर बेट. अगर आप अभी भी ये सोच रहे हैं कि मैं अपने वेस्ट को कैसे रिड्यूस करूं, मैं अपने प्लास्टिक कंजम्पशन को कैसे रिड्यूस करूं, क्या मैं कर सकता या कर सकती हूं जिससे कि मैं अपने वेस्ट को कम कर सकती हूँ, तो प्लीज गाइस जस्ट गो चेक ऑन सोशल मीडिया अबाउट व्हाई वेस्ट वेडनेसडेज. आई थिंक www बोलने से आप लोग कभी नहीं भूल पाएंगे. एंड प्लीज ज्वाइन देम इफ यू आर इन एंड अराउंड दिल्ली. तब तो यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम टू the drives, as she said, they have at least 2 to 3 drives every day. They have now approached schools for this, and they have these ongoing events which they are already working for environment, eco-friendliness, and reducing the single-use plastic from our environment. एंड एज डॉक्टर रूबी, आपने अभी जैसे कहा कि आप वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट ऑफ कोर्स इस चीज के साथ जुड़ ही जाता है, हेल्थ सेक्टर, एनवायरनमेंट, आपके ये प्रोजेक्ट्स ऑनगोइंग चलते रहते हैं. सो गाइस प्लीज just check out, and if you are looking forward to do that one step, if you are still thinking कि मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ, तो just join Why Waste Wednesdays. You won't regret, because there are a lot of activities which are going along with the government's initiative, which they are working to reduce the plastic pollution from Delhi. And because Delhi की अगर हम बात करें तो we all know कि यहाँ पर अभी इस समय 2 से 3 which we say garbage heaps या कचरे का पहाड़ जिसे भाषा में कहा जाएगा, खड़े हो चुके हैं, which can become a big समस्या in coming years. तो आज अगर हमने ये एक्शन नहीं लिया, हमने अपने वेस्ट को रिड्यूस नहीं किया, हमने ये नहीं सोचा कि हम घर के अंदर जो चीज ला रहे हैं क्या उसकी सच में मुझे जरूरत है या नहीं है, अगर हमने अपने डस्टबिन को सिर्फ इतना ही माना कि अरे आज क्या है, प्लास्टिक खोला, पैकेट खोला, नमकीन खोला एंड जाने दिया, वी डोंट रियलाइज कि वो प्लास्टिक डस्टबिन से आगे कितना लंबा सफर तय करता है. सिर्फ सफर ही नहीं तय करता है, वो प्लास्टिक इस धरती से खत्म नहीं होता है. दैट्स द मोस्ट sad part about plastic. So guys, just give it a thought. Please reduce your plastic. And बहुत ही अच्छा इन लोगों का इनिशिएटिव है जिसमें www सिर्फ इतना याद रखने की जरूरत है जिससे आपको अपने वेस्ट के बारे में यू विल बी अवेयर कि मुझे वेडनेसडे को ही नहीं बाकी दिनों में भी अपने वेस्ट को किस तरह से रिड्यूस करना है. सो डॉक्टर रूबी, थैंक यू वेरी मच. एंड यस, आपके फेसबुक पेज पे मैंने एक बहुत अच्छी चीज पढ़ी थी, किसी ने लिखी थी, आई एम सॉरी मैं उनका नाम भूल रही हूँ. उन्होंने लिखा था वेस्ट नो टाइम, नो डेज, मंथ्स और इयर्स, एंड पर्टिकुलरली वेडनेसडेज. तो ऑफ कोर्स अब वेडनेसडेज को वेस्ट के साथ एसोसिएट कीजिए. आप कभी नहीं भूलेंगे कि आपको अपने वेस्ट को रिड्यूस करना है. Thank you very much, Dr. Ruby, for your time and sharing so much of motivating, inspiring, and informating information which you have shared today.
Thank you so much, PragunTatwa girl. It was such a pleasure connecting with you, which I've been wanting to do for such a long time. And do stay connected, India, with your waste. Let's do it. Thank
Yes.
you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And once again, before winding up, I would just like to know, just like to tell you all that Dr. Ruby is the brand ambassador of Municipal Corporation of Delhi, and she is a member of Plastic Management City Level Task Force. So please, guys, just search for Why Waste Wednesdays and look forward to their project Vikalp. Look forward to all the other activities which they have been doing. And really honored to have you, Dr. Ruby, on Green Tatwa Talks. Before I wind up, प्लास्टिक के बारे में एक छोटा सा कोट written by Pete Seeger that if it can't be reduced, reused, repaired, rebuilt, refurbished, refinished, resold, recycled or composted, अगर कोई भी चीज ऐसी है, then it should be restricted, redesigned or removed फ्रॉम प्रोडक्शन. एंड आई थिंक हमारा वेस्ट यही हमें कहता है कि हमें उसके लिए थोड़ा सा सचेत, थोड़ा सा अवेयर एंड थोड़ा सा इंफॉर्मेटिव होना चाहिए सो वी कैन रिड्यूस अवर वेस्ट. एंड लॉट्स ऑफ बेस्ट विशेस टू व्हाई वेस्ट फॉर फाउंडेशन. kudos to all the efforts you people are carrying on and thank you very much once again. आज के लिए इतना ही. पंचतत्व गर्ल विल बी बैक विद मोर इंस्पायरिंग, मोटिवेटिंग एंड इको फ्रेंडली स्टोरीज. तब तक हंसते रहिए, मुस्कुराते रहिए, अपने वेस्ट को मैनेज करिए और सुनते रहिए. थैंक यू, प्रणाम, नमस्कार.